My early to mid COVID, a lot of the lead generation stuff has constricted because it requires call centers. Call centers require large gatherings of people. So a lot of call centers have switched to working from home, but it's reduced their lead buying. On the e-commerce side, the numbers have never been better for e-commerce because now that people are home, people are shopping online, and there's like a huge demographic. And I don't think retail will ever recover from this. And I believe that this is probably the biggest win for digital. There's just a huge number of people, let's say 50 plus late adopters, that hadn't shopped online or were not used to living in the online environment. And now, as a result of being quarantined, they've been forced to partake in online shopping and they're not going to go back. Like once you get used to the ease of Amazon or the ease of getting something delivered to the house, you're not going to go back to stores. So I think e-commerce is going to have a massive boost forever from this. Second thing is, I believe that very often shopping is something that is at times an addiction or something that we do to make ourselves feel better, to take control over situations. And if you take a look at like buying trends after major world events, 9/11, etc., there's upticks in these things. I think that, like, for example, when the stimulus checks were released, there was a massive surge for the 5 days after this across platform for e-commerce buying. So I think that there's no better a time than now to sell things on the internet because you just have more exposure and cheaper prices. Major brands, airlines, people that have been super negatively affected by this, they've pulled their budgets. So people that are selling things have cheaper costs, more eyeballs, and more intent. On the flip side, I don't know how the increased unemployment rate in the United States is going to affect the situation. In theory, people are going to have less money, so I'm not sure what product types will take off. I mean, I think the luxury market will be affected not as much because rich people are always rich, and they buy. I mean, it's just something I learned when I owned a restaurant after 9/11, right? I saw the customer base that were coming in. It's like rich people stay rich. Same after 2008. But at the same time, there's probably middle of the road products that aren't necessities. They're not luxuries that people probably will pass on. The biggest uptick I've seen, and it's not with my brand, but some of my friends' brand, has been home improvement products. Anything to fix the home because people are at home. They finally have that time to fix something. They want to make their location nicer, whatever the case may be. So I think mid COVID, where we're at now, you're going to see an uptick in these areas. Long term, who knows? You know, who knows what's going to happen with COVID? Who knows how long these lockdowns will be? Who knows how much we will still need to stay inside? I mean, as we see some European nations talking about reopening, yeah, they're ending their lockdowns and quarantines, but it's not like restaurants, bars, and places of entertainment are going to be open. So that means people will still be at home and forced to exist a lot more digitally. Plus, looking for news and updates. I think that there's probably never been a time better for online marketing.